What's up, y'all? So we have a customer sent in lock that we have to fix. Old Russwin, whatever, sent in to us from out of state to get fixed. Thanks to YouTube here, and you know, if you have a lock problem that you can't find a local source to repair, always try to encourage you to, you know, find a local locksmith. But if you're unable to do so and you can mail in something, then you can always touch base with us at our email. But today we have one from a historic house that is a pretty interesting little Russwin guy. Look at this. Hold on. Wait. What's the best way to get this lit? There we go. Look at that back set. That is a narrow back set Russwin with an obvious Russwin cylinder. Really wide too. Look how wide that faceplate is. So first things first, we have to get a key for this. She sent it in with the cylinder but no key, and when I sent an email back asking if they had a key before I took it apart to make a key for it so I could test it, they said no. So we have a look at this, an expandable, whatchamacall these, an expandable cylinder. So this video is going to be in two parts because it's the end of the day. We've just locked up the door, so no mask on. We actually have a little bit of a dent right there too. That's kind of sad. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get that dent out and looking okay, but first we need to make a key for it. And again, it's the end of the day. I'm just going to briefly kind of take a quick look at this guy to see what's going on so that tomorrow we can come back and get it fixed. The report was, now this immediately tells me something's going on there. Look how, I think we have a bent latch. We can actually look at it there, right there. Definitely the latch got bent. Definitely we have some wear right there. Apparently this door was forced open, so most likely we have some bent up lock work. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and make a key for this real quick. Obviously need to come over here to the Russwin section, and just based on the age, we know it's probably the RU. Let's see, check a RU4. No, you're not RU4. You're not 4. RU what? RU1? RU1? Probably not. Nope. So that leads us to the 981. That's the same as the RU4. What came next? The RU16. I ain't not either. What the heck? Nope. Let's try 1811M. Nope. Just to see. Hiya. Well, what do we do now? That's it. Sorry, can't help you. D2. No. Wonder what keyway we are. That's not it. Nope. Oh, this is in the wrong place. 1012. This goes here. It is RU1. Duh. So that means we're just gonna make RU1. Okay. I don't know why that was in the wrong spot. So boom. And we've done a video on expandable cylinders, but we'll just go do it real quick. Okay, no key. We can just let's. Okay. Well, let's just unscrew it. You don't have to have a key or pick it or anything. We can just unscrew. Every so often you got to come through here though and do this. Like if it's really, you know, wedged on there or whatever. So just back out and then kind of come along and walk it around, and then back it out some more. If it's not slipping, you would have to go to each side and kind of lift it a little bit of a time, but it should just come right on off. Come on off. Where are you? The neat thing about these cylinders were you can make them as long as you really needed them to be. I think that's it. There we go. We see how that works. It just goes in. Almost like a best core, really, once you break it down to that point. And then it's just a matter of shimming it. I think we do have some balls in here, so we're going to check it out after we get it shimmed, and the balls are in there to reduce wear on the pins from, you know, putting in the key in and out. It's designed to reduce, anytime there's ball bearings involved, it's to reduce wear. So off, shimmaroo. You gonna go in? At some point, again, I'm gonna stop. Okay, there we go. Because yeah, it's time for me to go. Time for me to get out of here. I can finish this tomorrow for sure, but I want to go ahead and get started with it. Okay. There's that. There's that. This should be a big boy. Should be a big boy, and I don't know if we had balls or not, so let's just go ahead and dump it out in our penning tray right there. Yep. Okay. So first one does have a ball. Second one did have a ball and a pin. We don't need to make it the same as what it is. We got balls in every one of them. So really the ball is just replacing the point, the pointy part. Yep, ball in every chamber. So that's what we have. And now it's just a matter of time to cut a new key, and we'll key it up with the balls in place. And I think I'm going to go ahead and take off from here. We're going to leave this till tomorrow. So we'll see you then. Hey, it's a new day, and we are back at it. First thing in the morning, go ahead and get this one knocked out. We got to cut a key. So if I wanted to be just, you know, whatever with the key, just do it. Like in this case, it's a single door. This key is never going to go to any other door. So as long as your depths are correct, right? It's a 550 plug. As long, not depths, the spacing. Even the depths could be wrong, right? It doesn't matter because it's a single door on a house. The key is never going to be used because it's on a patio. Nobody's ever going to use the key to come in. Literally, all we're making this key for is to just check the operation of the lock, which we could do with another cylinder, but it's here. We're going to make the customer a key. So we could be wildly non-specific about it. As long as the spacing is correct and the pins are resting where they're supposed to, you could screw the depths up all you want. Doesn't matter. You can put whatever depths you wanted in there and just fill it, which is what we're going to be doing anyway. If we wanted to be a little bit more exact than that, you could go in here. You got the Russwin large pin, and then you got Russwin large pin standard. And I believe it's one of those mystery things, I think. But if we look at the cuts here, and this would be, you know, the 1200, then we would go to the framing. If we wanted to get even more exact, if we're going to be using this in a business that has other keys or even a master key system, yes, you need to go as specific as you can. And we flip through, and there's several Russwin, and it even has a 10, 11, 10, 12, 7 steps, 156 standard spacing. So you got, you know, you could put this card in there. You don't even have to go by the depths. There's really kind of no point in doing it. But if we see the depths here, we see it's 0 through 9. So this kind of fits like all the Russwin, like, again, just more, inaccurate, I guess you could say. But if you look at the spacing, got 305, 285, 265, and we got it starts at 250. That's right. So there's your space one. Wait. Depths is what I'm looking for. 328 would turn into 305 over here. So again, this is not quite the correct card either. We got a 283, 268, okay, 245. This is where it starts getting kind of close, and that's why this card is not great. Definitely for Russwin on that one, but we'll look at this. We do have 9 depths again here. Let's match up these depths, which would be 305, 285. There's nothing even very similar on that, which is why I would say for rough work, like we were talking about, we would want to go, wait, that was Yale. No? Yep. We would want to go with the large pen standard. You could also come over here and look at Corbin old large pen, and we see it has 3s, 305, 291, 285, 277. So, you know, that's one of those things where it's always best, and there may be more cards that I'm missing. I'm sure there are other cards. I'm missing a lot of cards. This is from the old book, but again, this was from back when these were even more popular. So, yeah, we're just going to go by the framing for this one because it's pretty exact with 10, 11, 10, 12 keyway. And we're just going to cut some random numbers here. So with the framing, let me zoom in. You have, oh wait, I forgot a part. If I wanted to be even more exact, we would pull out our Corbin Russwin service manual, which I have mixed in here with Baldwin stuff and all sorts of crazy things. So we would just flip through. I got this nicely printed out. See, it's for System 70. We'd try to figure out which one it was by going through. This is the 1011 keyway, so we need to find any and I don't have all the information. Like the Corbin Russwin catalog is huge, super thick. But I mean, this if you're interested in delving off into the whole Corbin Russwin world, there is a whole lot of information here. You could go over it again if you were using this for a master key system. Keyways, showing you different things, how they change stuff over the years, blah blah blah. So this would tell you pretty much anything you want to know specifically about this. In 1970, began using System 70. The increment is 028. You know, this learns you. This is your knowledge right here. But we don't really need to know anything for this particular, except for that the max is, we're just going to assume it's like 4 or 5. And then if I had printed out, I don't think I have it printed out in this catalog, but I do have the rest of it printed out. Let's see now, and this will give you pretty much everything you need to know. So here we go. Here's even talking about correcting the HPC code cards. Okay, in 1994. Okay. Yep. This pretty much tells you everything I just said. So it doesn't even, this really didn't even tell you what you should have been using. But it's funny, in 1990 it began to update and correct its code cards. Printed on the following pages are correct. So then we go here, we look for 1011, and don't even have the 1011 in here. So, yeah. In this case, most of the time it's going to be for antique houses. If you do happen to run across an old church that uses those, that's maybe one of the other things that you would need to be able to, master key or cut it totally correctly for master keying. would be like old churches. That's pretty much the only other thing. So, we're gonna go down to 0, and then we're gonna go to 250. So 51, 152, 250. And line up our 156 gauge right there. We'll do that by going back and forth and put it right there. It already was. So we're just gonna do like 4-4, 2, 4-1 or something. 4 is 225. So we're gonna go to 200 and then go up to 25. Just a standard wheel in there. Move over to space 2. Let's go 205. We'll go with the deeper cuts so we can use longer wafers, which master pens can be called wafers, unless you're on R-locksmithing. 265. It's a 550 plug, so we should have plenty of room, even with the 2. And then let's go 4 again, so 225. Remember, this key's probably never going to be used. And we'll just go 5. 205. And when we start pinning it, we're just going to, zoom in. We're just gonna make sure that the pins are falling where they're supposed to be. Oh, my workbench is so messy. Let me go brush this off. So messy. Oops. Okay, so we're gonna check the spacing here. By looking down in there, and we can see it is pretty dead on. I would hope so, because it's cut according to framing spec there. See if we can't get a view of it. Yep, that is dead centered on number 2. If you hold it a little bit to the right and then hold it a little bit, you see the angle, and you see the angle, I'll put an arrow up. So that means that root, the cut is right there dead center. Also on number 1, it's kind of looks off on 4. Not sure about that. See the tip of the key there. So let's put this flashlight right there. So 1, 2, 3 is definitely 4. Okay, it was just an optical illusion. Yep, the tip and then there. Okay, perfect. It's perfect. And we're just gonna fill it in because, like I said, honestly, it doesn't really matter for this one. Only really matters if we're doing a master key type situation. Even if somebody was gonna be using this every single day, it really wouldn't matter then either. As long as, you know, it's where it needs to be. So now let's move this out of the way. Let's go ahead and check these top pins. People think I don't check top pins in locks because I'm rekeying so quickly, but yeah, I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like on the 6th one back here, we've got a replacement pin there. That is not an original. So it seems somebody's been in this lock before. All right, now we're just gonna fill it in with master wafers. So we're gonna take a gander. We'll start with the longest one, 180. Okay, so therein lies our problem. We don't have long enough pins to go down deep enough out here, and that is why they make a Corbin Russwin kit. So we're gonna have to get, oh no, get back in there, little ball. We will have to get the Corbin Russwin kit out. Stay right there. So I have the slight advantage in that I have several several pinning kits, carbon Russwin style. So the first one we're going to look at is this guy. And they are all messy, unfortunately. So, yeah, let's take a quick look. And empty, but we do have some long pins down here. Now this is mostly X and Z class, which is not what we're working on. But this one says for all Corbin Russwin keyways. Ooh, and it's nicer. Very little direction up there. That's okay. Oh, it's okay. We're gonna have to move you, but that's okay because we just need some long top pins, right? And these are the longest, so let's see what happens. Too long, way too long. Okay, what we had, 1 and 4 were the same, and 2 and 5 were the same. So let's figure out 1 and 4. Not that. 218. That is pretty close. Let's knock it down one more to 212. Yeah, that'll work. 212 for 1 and 4. Now we need 5, so we're going to jump up probably to like 241 maybe. Nope, a little too long. So we'll knock it all the way down to 232. 232, what comes after? 226 jumps down quite a bit. Let's check it out. Nope, 226 is good. And that would be 5, so it does look like we're a little bit off on that one. 226, let's go back to 232. Yep, and then the last one we had was a pretty shallow, so we'll go all the way, we'll go to 192. Now, if you don't have the kit, you know, if you don't have this option or these options that I do, you could double stack it. I mean, you could. Which one did I get that out of? That's the problem with this, is you got to remember which one you took it out of. Shoot. We'll say 163. It's good to say it aloud. Nope, 163 is too short. So we'll go 171. That's almost 10 higher. Yeah, it looks like 171 will definitely work. So there we go. Smooth as silk. This can only go back together pretty much one way, in reverse of how you took it apart. Make sure your concave is matching the screw side. You see people flip cams a whole lot. There's a reason why it's countersunk, y'all. And there's also a reason why that countersink matches up to the countersunk head of the screws. So, tight. Tight. And now that we have this, we can screw this in a little bit easier. We're going to get it started right there. All right. And then turn this guy out of the way so that we have full access. And I just kind of squeeze it like this when I'm putting them back together. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. One thing I'm going to do before I go all the way is give it a little squirt down. Squirt down the sides. So smooth. So smooth. Once the little teeth get nubbed down a little bit. Okay, next phase. Let's take a look inside this beauty. This beauty. We are going to go ahead and take this screw out because it's got to come through the hole. It's just easier to lift it. We do have came in with a loose screw right there. So apparently this thing was forced open, which would explain the bent latch bolt. Also, remember the latch is on facing this way, so we know which way to put it back together. And these are usually not springy loaded, so let's take a look at it to see what's going on. Okay, I did notice this is broken. So that's one problem right there. Got broken or something spring going on right there. Yep, it's broken. See the little end of it there. So that is no good. But we have more of those, I believe. Actually, let's bring it back over here. Have more of those. Everything else looks good except for our latch being, oh, it's loose. Okay, so we've got a problem there. That's a definite problem. So let us go ahead and relieve pressure from the latch hub, which will let us lift this out. And then at that point, we need to get this guy off. Is this one piece? This is one piece. Everything looks okay, except for this guy right here is loose. That needs to be, and that definitely needs to be peened back down, and then we can see that problem right there. We've done this before, hadn't we? So I'm gonna have to keep our fingers crossed that we can get that guy fixed, which is probably the main problem. Tight so that it's not moving anymore. moving a little bit, but it's cleaned okay. And let's just come back over here and see what's going on with it. It shouldn't be acting up now that we have this, now that we have that straight. Come on, little guy. Okay, angle up. And in, and then this guy goes just like this. Pull pressure back right there. Nope. And then this guy goes right just like that. Lastly, I happen to have a whole bunch of thumb turn discs. I've got two different ones, the 704-04, which is this one, and the 704-05, which has skinny, like almost like a Sergeant or an old or a new Yale cam with the long skinny. And even though this is this, I think this will work for it. However, my only worry is that thumb turn is too small. So I'm a little bit worried about that. That's obviously pretty well rounded out. We'll look at the other thumb turn. That's pretty much the same small hole. That is pretty wallowed out, but I don't even know. Let's see what I mean. So let's first try this guy in here. See if it'll work for us. I'll put that down. Go ahead and tighten that screw down right there. It did not sink down very far. And let's reassemble it and see what happens, y'all. Take it back apart to give it a lubricant spray. But I don't want it to be icky while I'm working on it. I've made that mistake one too many times. Lubricated it before I checked it and then ended up having to deal with a bunch of lubricant. So let's get these pretty much as tight as they need to be. And so there's one of the problems with the replacement thumb thing. See how close that is? Let's get a thumb turn. And we are going to pick one out of here that that would be maybe the proper color. Let's go ahead and grab one of these guys. I'm gonna guess it has like a bronzy finish to it on the inside, so most likely we can use one of these guys. So the first thing we need to check is that it rotates correctly with the thumb turn, because that's how they are primarily going to be locking it. Okay, there we go. Goes in much better now. So now let's try. Throwing it out. Oh, look at you. Look at you. That just works. That just works beautifully. Beautifully. Let's compare it to this guy. Yeah, you know, it may have been the same. Okay. Well, I think we're done. Y'all? Are we? Could we be? Oh, cylinder. Oh, we need to fix the cylinder shield. This little travesty right here is gonna be a problem. This is not made to come out, and I can't exactly get right there, barely. I'm just kind of going around the inside. It's not a perfect solution at all. There is no real perfect solution for this problem. There is no real perfect solution, is there? It's a big and a small knob, because this has a big and a small side. So we're gonna put this through, maybe. Boom. All right, so that is locked, and the buttons don't work. She said the buttons don't work. Buttons probably didn't work, just because they're pretty corroded. Seems like it only turns the one way, probably because it's such a narrow back set. Probably has levers, to tell you the truth. So turn the lever down and it opens, and then on this side, locked. Unlocked, and locked. Should turn down. That's right. And locked. Should turn down as well. So we are fixed. Let's get it apart and lubricate it now. We're going to hose it down with Houdini and then finish it off with probably lock shot. Something spraying right there. This spraying off. Try that cover off. Two. And we got a hard stop on that thing. And then dupe. Yeah, I think we're just corroded down here. Oh, squeeze the can. Well, I totally forgot to do the ending of that video while I had the lock. The lock has been gone, and I'm just now getting this video edited to upload. So I figured I'd do a quick outro. Thanks for watching, y'all. If you have any questions or comments on that video or any other ones, post them in the comment section. If you need something done like that, you can, I'll put the link to our email or whatever in the description of this video. We'll be glad to help you, but always check to see if you have a local locksmith that has the ability to do that first. So anyway, there we go. Hopefully it's on the door working again, and we'll happily live ever after. I did put a comment right there towards the end showing the spring. I just did kind of tweak that spring up a little bit so that when I push the button in, it would snick into position, and just, you know, years of use. But it was mostly lubricant at that point. So anyway, thanks for watching, y'all. We'll catch you next video.